I've been very struck by the way COVID-19 has simultaneously isolated us, but also made us aware of how relationships are of the essence of our human nature. The origin of the virus has emphasized the importance of our relationship to the natural world from which it comes and of which we are part, dust to dust, as the Ash Wednesday service reminds us. As the virus has spread from nation to nation, it has challenged our small island mentality. All human beings are vulnerable, regardless of race, color, creed, and national identity. We've had to become conscious of our physical distance from one another. And the reason for wearing a mask is more to protect you from me than me from you. We've become conscious of how much we depend upon our undervalued health and social care workers, and the vulnerability of the elderly, for example, has elicited wonderful acts of kindness and compassion from others. We've been reminded that how we live, what we consume, and how we travel affect many others and have a deep impact on the beautiful natural world that we are given to live in and take care of. Good and healthy relationships between us and our fellow human beings and that natural world are essential to right living and indeed to the survival of the human race. Those pictures from a hugely overcrowded Bournemouth beach remind us that we can't, as it were, leave the four walls of our homes, get into our little motorized metal boxes, travel to the sea, claim our patch on the sand, and surround ourselves with windshields on the assumption that each of us is independent and free and can live with no regard for the impact of my actions on others. That's an illusion. So I think it's a good thing, even for somebody approaching 70, that technology and the internet, Zoom and Wi-Fi and WhatsApp and so on, break down this illusory isolation that the four walls of our houses and our vehicles create around us, and forcibly and sometimes painfully remind us of the network of relationships that make us who we are. And for the Christian, the heart and energy of those relationships is the loving energy we call God. It's so important that we understand what prayer is in this context. Prayer is not so much me as an individual making a list of my concerns for the attention of a busy divine chief executive. Rather, prayer is my conscious attempt to get beneath the busy anxieties of my brain and to place myself and my heart in the presence of our loving Creator. It's putting aside 20 minutes each day to let go of words and thoughts and to place ourselves in the presence of a love beyond those words and thoughts. Prayer is more than revolving around the egocentric concerns of our lives, writes Lawrence Freeman of the World Council of Christian Meditation. He goes on, it's about breaking out of that orbit and making the true and universal center of reality the conscious hub of our personal universe. Prayer then takes on an increasingly universalist significance as our own worries and troubles are reconfigured in a network of relationships held together by compassion and wisdom, the very forces of the soul that lift us out of the basement of the ego to the roof of the soul where we can see the stars. Prayer of the heart, not the head, in other words. Something that connects us to others and strengthens our relationships to each other and to the natural environment. I pray that we carry that sense of the true meaning of prayer into our post-pandemic lives, so that we can all become channels of a loving divine energy that will, through us, create a better and more sustainable future.